So just like your owner has rights, your owner has the right to collect their rent every month in a timely fashion. The tenant has to maintain the property in a proper condition. They can't violate the law. They can't have more tenants they agreed to in the lease. They can't have more pets. If they have no pets allowed, they can't have pets. Or if you allowed one pet, they can't have 4 pets. So they have to abide by the terms of the contract. That's the owner right, is to make sure the tenant abides by the terms of the contract. But the tenant has rights. And you'll learn very quickly that the tenants have pretty important rights. So the first one, we always tell our owners, they have the right to quiet enjoyment of the property. They have the right to treat it as if they owned it, even though they don't. The owner doesn't have the right to stop on by, knock on the door and see how things are going. That's harassment. So we have to educate our owners that they got to treat their property as an asset, and they're going to be passive. They're not going to be constantly visiting or harassing the tenant. The second thing that the tenant has a right to is health and safety. This is one of the most important things we do. If there's a water leak, we have to quickly go to the property and effect that repair. Because if we don't, that's a safety issue. That's going to create possibly mold. That's going to create health issues. So the tenant's entitled to hot water. The tenant's entitled legally to warm air, a heater. They're entitled to a furnace, for example. So you have to make sure those items work. They're entitled to make sure there's no pests or infestation or rodent infestation. We got to take care of those things. So they're entitled to quiet enjoyment and, of course, a property free of any health and safety concerns. The next thing is we talk about the contract. If we're leaving the property with warranty, they have the right to have that fixed. So, for example, tenant moves in and they have a garbage disposal. Garbage disposal breaks. The owner can't say, you know what, I don't want to pay that. It's $200. We left that property with the garbage disposal with warranty. Unless you put in the lease contract, property is left, and if garbage disposal breaks, not to be repaired. I doubt you'll have that. So dishwasher, for example, that breaks. That has to be repaired. If somebody's paying you $2,000 for all these things in the property, let's say they have a pool, and they're paying $3,500 a month for a pool, and the heater breaks, the owner can't say, I'm not fixing the heater, because they have expectation to have warm water. And either they would reduce it out of rent, or they could actually break the lease because the owner's breaking his part of the bargain. And the other thing they have a right to is reasonable response. If in a heat wave the air conditioner goes out, they don't have the right to say, if you're not out here in an hour, I'm going to put a new air conditioner, you're going to pay for it. We have to respond in a reasonable manner. And the courts understand that when you have a heat wave, it could take 2 or 3 days to get somebody out there. But it's our job to document that we called an air conditioner repair. And if they couldn't be out in 5 days, we call another one to get somebody out there in just a few days. So they have within a reasonable time frame, we have to effect all repairs. So the tenant has rights, and we educate the owners on those rights, and we enforce those rights.